What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino here with y'all again. I can officially call it Friday Night Live because it's like 2 minutes before midnight. So technically, on my end, still Friday. So Friday Night Live it is. Now it's gonna cross over into midnight, but we got in right before the door closed, the door slammed. So I'll give y'all a little bit of action tonight. Won't be long, but we hope we won't steer you wrong in this short period of time, man. Y'all saw the title, and the question would be, I guess maybe one of the questions would be, who am I talking about when I say you've come too far or worked too hard to just throw it all away? And the answer to that question would be, it would be you. Would be somebody we don't even know. It would be people that we have seen, people that we do know. Um, it's too many people living on a planet, and anything that you are trying to do, any type of work or any type of goal that you're trying to reach, there's literally thousands and thousands of people who are trying to reach that same goal at the same time that you're trying to reach it. So I like to always use sports as an example to put my analogies together because um, it always creates the best comparisons. So here you are, a guy who has been working all your life to make it to the league. You trying to make it to the NBA. You've had a basketball in your hand since you was 2 years old, and every level you've gotten to, you get better and better and better and better and better, and finally you make it to the pros. And these days, you know, cats is coming in the league at 19, 20 years old. You already in the pros. When at that age, 3 years ago, you was in high school. Now you in the NBA playing against LeBron, playing against Steph Curry and Durant and all these guys. It's like it happens so fast, and they pay you all this money. Your life becomes a whirlwind. You all over the place, and then it takes one mistake to lose it all. One situation happens, and then all of a sudden you are in danger of losing it all, or you lose it all, because there are certain things that no matter how bad they are, you get a second chance. You may get suspended, you may get penalized, fined, or whatever, and you get a second chance. But there are other things that you can do where it's a one hit quitter. You don't get another opportunity to fix it. And it usually, and it doesn't always have to be a situation where you just uh, get this second opportunity because you're such a nice person, because you've never done it before. That's just not how the system is set up. That's just not how the world is set up. And far too many times we see young people go into the criminal justice system, and these were regular young people, just no record, no history of getting in trouble, and they got into the wrong situation at the wrong time and wrong place, and then boom, it's all over. You jumped in the wrong car, you hung out with the wrong person, you zigged when you should have zagged that day, and in 1 second, now a judge is standing in front of you, or stand in front of your children, or your children are standing in front of the judge rather, and somebody is handing your child or handing you or somebody you care about 50 years life, and you know in your heart that they're not that kind of person, whatever it might be. It's like, man, it's a good kid, man. That's a good youngster, man. He wouldn't. And we see it far too many times. And when you start to talk about them, they talk about the things that young person is doing. Well, Your Honor, because they have people to speak on behalf of their character. Well, Your Honor, he's in school. You know, he's working to be an architect. He loves architecture, and he's just not that kind of a child, Your Honor. He just, you know, he got caught up in the wrong, and depending on the situation, depending on the pigmentation, the judge don't care. The judge looking like, I'm not trying to hit nothing, because the leniency is not always extended to members of the lesser communities, the inner city, the poor community. That leniency is not extended to us all the time. It's very rare, very rare. So whenever you, because you don't have to be a young person, you could be 35, 40 years old. See, I had a song called uh, uh, what's the name of the song? Something to Lose. Once you got something to lose, see, you don't waste your time dealing with a fool that got something to prove. And that is the whole basis of what we're talking about tonight, because again, you don't have to be young. It could be a situation where you could already be established, but you got a family, a home, two children, a dog with the picket fence. You coasting along through life. You living the dream. But one moment, one altercation, one bad move can snatch that rug out from under you, and then you find yourself, not just yourself, you find yourself in a situation where you have now jeopardized your family, the foundation, the safety and the security of your family is now messed up, because you were the one that they depended on to bring it home. You were the one that they depended on to uh, be the glue and keep everybody together. And now you out of whack. So to make another sports analogy, when you have a family, you have to always view your family as if it's a team. And if you are the breadwinner, you know, that means you have to look at yourself, you like the star player of that team. And everybody knows that if you have a star player and he's carrying that team, if he gets hurt or he's not playing that night, the team is not going to be the same. You take Steph Curry off the Golden State Warriors, they're a lottery team. You take LeBron off the Lakers, they're a lottery team. They don't even make the playoffs. You insert that star player back on the team, they got a shot. So you have to view yourself, hey, I'm my family's all-star. I'm my family's all-star. It's up to me to bring it every night. And if I don't bring it, we're not going to be a good team. We're going to lose. So you have to recognize the importance. You have to recognize the value of what it is you bring to the table and the dependency that the other members of your team, being your family, friends, whoever, the dependency that they have on you. They look to you. You got little babies, they looking at you, mama or daddy, they looking at you. They don't understand daddy in trouble, mama in trouble. Daddy had to go. Daddy got, you talking to a 5-year-old, your 5-year-old son. Your daddy got to go sit down for a little while, Junior. You telling a 7-year-old little boy, you gotta be a strong for your mama. You gotta be a big boy. I need you to be the man of the house while I'm gone. Nah, shouldn't even have to say that to your young seed. You have to do everything within your power to make sure that you don't throw it all away. Because we live in a world and operate under a system that is really an intricate field of traps, an intricate field of snares that are laid, traps that are laid and set for you to step your foot into them and get snatched up. So life is like an obstacle course. It's like a dangerous, like American Gladiator. It's like a dangerous obstacle course of traps and snares that on a daily basis we have to become skilled at eluding those traps every day, every single day. And the traps don't always come, the traps are not always, well, I won't say that. I was about to say the traps are not always systemic, but they really are at the root. Because even if you take a person and say, well, man, what are the traps? Sometimes the trap comes in the form of another person. It comes in the form of just a hating friend, a family member, a partner that betrays you, somebody you thought that was cool with you, but they really wasn't, and they put you in a situation. It comes in the form of somebody with road rage who shoots you the finger in traffic because they felt like you cut them off, and then you lose your mind, and all of a sudden y'all have an altercation and you kill him, or he kills you. And now your whole family dynamic has just been uprooted and just destroyed because of a moment where you were not able to keep your composure and realize, man, all right, I don't even know this cat in this other car. I'm not going to let this cat in this other car take my anger levels through the roof. I'm going to look at him and I'm going to keep going about my business. Now, if he keeps pursuing it, because sometimes, unfortunately, that happens, the person won't let it go, then you got to be forced to defend yourself. But even in a situation like that, you have to rely and pray that the laws of right and wrong, the universal laws of right and wrong, are on your side. Even when you're dealing with the judicial laws that may not be. If you have to defend yourself, you got to defend yourself, but never be the aggressor. As the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches, never be the aggressor. And he said to never be the aggressor in word or deed. That means don't be the one to start talking. Don't be the one to start physically being aggressive. You let it come to you and avoid it as much as you can. That don't make you weak. That don't make you a punk. That don't mean you scary. You don't have to prove. See, we say something to lose. You don't have anything to prove. The only thing that you have to prove is to yourself and to your family structure. You have to prove that you're going to keep providing consistently. You're going to be there. I'm going to prove every week that I'm going to get this check from wherever I'm doing. I'm going to prove every month that let me show y'all. Look, I'm going to prove every month that when I walk into my house and I do this, there will be light because I paid the light bill. See? So These are the things that we have to focus on. We can't worry about what other people have to say about us. He said, what? What'd she say? Oh, I know she ain't talking. I know he ain't talking. I'm going to pull up. See that pull up and drop your location. And see, when I say drop your location on here, y'all know what it means. It means tell me where y'all at, just so I can shout y'all out. Drop your location mean a whole nother thing in this social media world that we live in. Pull up means a whole nother thing in this social media world that we live in. So if I'm arguing with you, me and you going back and forth on Instagram, we going at it, and I say, pull up. I'm inviting that kind of energy. You don't want to know. You're inviting that kind of energy in order to prove, not necessarily to yourself. You're trying to prove to everybody who's watching and reading and seeing this exchange online, all of the people that are watching, all your viewers, your audience, the ones that are egging you on, and you're trying to prove to them, you're trying to live up to an image. And here's the thing: everybody who talks like that, acts like that, lives like that, everybody is not an actor. Everybody not fake. Everybody, some of those people, they live by it and they die by it. They true to it. But that's not a wise way to be. That's not a smart way to be. Okay, you know what? That one over there, he talks like he hard, but he really ain't gonna stand on it when it's time. But that one over there, he said it, he meant it, and he will represent it. But that's still not wise, just because you know you'll really do what you're saying you're gonna do. The question is it necessary for you to do what you said you was gonna do in whatever context? So yeah, he talked about me. He dissed me on a rap record. You successful rapper. You did it. You really bucked up. You think this hard to make it as an NBA or NFL player? It's hard to really be a successful artist in the music business. So you've broken through. However, through whatever means you've broken through, and now somebody is calling you out. Somebody is on your head. Now, if it's lyrically just innocent, like how the old rap beefs used to be back in the days, hey man, pull your pen out and go for what you know and send your diss track back, and then y'all do what y'all do. But if these types of this kind of beef is rooted in some real life uh funk, hey man, got to make a better decision. See, because the rap record now is just a means of communication. It's now just a means of transporting your messages and threats, more so than it was just a battle for lyrical supremacy over the other guy, and that's all it was. Now it's like, what I actually plan to do to you, and what I actually really plan to do to you, I'm gonna write about it, go in the studio, record it. Somebody's gonna engineer it and mix it, master it, and release it. And then he's gonna go do it. Never looking at saying, well, man, my other music this regular songs I make. People love my stuff. People are buying it. I'm in the clubs. All the clubs are playing it. It's on the radio. I'm doing shows. See, and it bothers me because people will use that old term. Well, you could take an N-word out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the N-word. And it's like, man, because you just got off the stage performing for 42,000 people that was all singing your song word for word. They knew all the words. They loved it. And then the next day you get arrested for beating up somebody in Costco. Like, so there's no disconnect from the lifestyle. When originally one of the biggest blessings of hip hop, it is still one of the biggest blessings for those who operate on that. One of the biggest blessings was rap music was such a vital and wonderful tool for young inner city, black and brown, poor people, poor young people to get out of the condition that they had grown up in. People who did not have any type of plan or any type of possible hope, like, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm not going to college. I can't go get a job in corporate America. I don't know what I'm gonna do. And now all of a sudden, this thing is here that you can say, well, man, I can put this song out or these songs out, and if I'm good enough, people will actually go and spend money and buy it and change my financial situation. So the financial situation is transformed. A label comes along and gives you $1 million, or so now your life is transformed, but your lifestyle has not transformed. Because in a lot of cases, for a lot of these young brothers and sisters, it happens so fast. It happens so fast for them that they don't get the opportunity, or they have not had the opportunity to mature into the money, to mature into the understanding of the blessing itself. So you're still out here getting in trouble. You're still out here fighting. You're still out here putting guns. You're still out here just indulging and engaging in behavior that is head scratching to somebody who's watching you, wishing they could be where you at, because they know that they would not take it for granted and they would not blow it. Work too hard. I used to run track in the 9th grade. I only ran for that one year. And my track coach said something to me that stuck with me and still sticks with me to this day. My track coach said, we was running and tired and all that. And my track coach said, he said, son, the hardest thing to do is to get in shape, but the easiest thing to do is to get out of shape. And it always stuck with me because it later turned into a metaphor for life. Because when you're getting in shape, you don't get in shape overnight. You don't just start running 2 miles and then you can just run 2 miles like it ain't nothing. You have to work your way into conditioning your body to be able to run for 2 miles. and you, okay, yeah, I can do 2 miles like that. I can do a mile like that. You don't just come out and wake up tomorrow at 165 pounds and decide you're going to start bench pressing 350 pounds. There's a process. You have to work your way into those levels and those weights. But once you get to that point, you mastered that. Now you got it. But after you've done that, if you lay around for a month, 2 weeks, see, if I play basketball every day, I'm good. If I play basketball every single day, I'm good. But if something happens, I get busy or something, and I gotta go like a week or 2 weeks without playing, when I come back out there, you got to get your wind back because you can get out of shape like that. But it's the same thing in life, man. Man, what are y'all talking about? Are y'all are having a full-on conversation? What's the side conversation going on over here? But life is the same way. Life is the same way. You can work 30 years, 30 years, 20 years, 10 years doing everything, man, building your brand, building your company, building your life, building your reputation, building all these different things. And one bad move is gone. One bad move is gone. So you have to always be aware. You have to always be conscious of your brand, of your reputation. You have to always be conscious of who you have become in the eyes of other people. And it starts with your family. So if you look at the way your son or your daughter looks at you every day, they looking at you like, mama, daddy, you a superhero. You a superhero in the eyes of your young child because they see what you do. But at the end of the day, you have to always have it in your mind as you move around and you focus on not disappointing them. And if you disappoint them, let the disappointment come from you being you trying to do something for them and you just wasn't able to do it. Not, man, mama on the news. Mama done went and shot somebody's house up. Mama flipped out at work and daddy done went and beat up my school teacher. Now he in jail. Nah. That's why, don't worry about it. What's up, Corinne? Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm not gonna be long. I'm not gonna be long. I'm getting ready to get off anyway. I looked in the chat. I'm like, what is y'all talking about? Y'all in y'all own little world over here. I'm giving y'all all this game, and y'all over here talking about playing checkers and whatever it is y'all all over the place. But yeah, nah, I ain't gonna be long. I'm finna get off in a hot second. But that's the key. You don't want to be that kind of disappointment. Because now you leave your people out here butt naked. You was the breadwinner. And people who have that understanding and that focus, they look at it like, even on the days they tired, you don't even feel like, oh man, I don't feel like it. You can look at one person, you can look at that child and say, but I got to. It's not an option. Do you know how many people have had millions and millions of dollars that are broke now? It's been a lot of multi-millionaires who are broke now. And what is the one thing that we wonder? We say to ourselves, how did they run through all that money? You don't even believe that it's possible for somebody to have 300, 400 million dollars, have generated hundreds of millions of dollars and just don't have it no more. It's gone. But it happens all the time. But those are lessons for the people on the outside looking in, because you never know what life might bring you. A lot of y'all like to play the lottery. A lot of y'all like to buy scratch-offs and lottery tickets and all that. And sometimes people win. So imagine being where you are now, and then tomorrow you got $82 million. Is your character set up? Is your mental makeup equipped to handle that kind of 180 overnight like that? Or would you be dead in 2 weeks because you just went crazy and just, I'm gonna try cocaine for the first time. Let's see what that's about. No. That's why they say a fool and his money will soon part. Because money in the hands of a fool is just passing through. It's only a matter of time before somebody recognize how foolish you are, and they be like, we're gonna get that money out of him. And we don't appreciate or respect. We don't respect what I call life's windows. There are windows in life that present themselves to us throughout life. Different parts in life, there are windows. And it's up to us, number one, to recognize the window of opportunity and climb through that bad boy. But many times, even if we climb through it, we climb back out. We mess up. Or sometimes we don't recognize the window. Or sometimes we get multiple opportunities in life. We've seen people that be up, lose it, get back up, lose it, get back up, lose it. But after a while, after so long, what happens is you don't get no more opportunities. They dry out. They dry out for different reasons. You was a hot artist 10, 15 years ago. Everybody wanted you. Everybody, the labels was calling, everybody was trying to get to you. Now you're not that no more. Now somebody else. No more windows. Phone ain't ringing no more. Now the regret kicks in of like, man, you realize now, and the first thing you think about is all the chances that you blew. It's the first thing that comes to your mind, because you can't get them back. They are now being offered to other people. You have to move on your opportunities and do everything in your power to get the most out of them and max them out, because you don't know when the end of your run will come. You don't know. You can be playing in the league, you're the best player in the league, and blow your knee out. Nobody cares no more. You could be the hottest rapper in the game. You selling all of a sudden your music not selling no more. Nobody cares about you no more. Because the truth of the matter, I'm gonna let y'all in on something that you might or might not know, the true reality of life is that the majority of people, I ain't gonna say majority, a minimum of 50% of the people in most people's life only deal with you based on what you are able to do for them. Some of y'all probably already knew that because you might be going through it. Man, my mama don't call me unless she needs something. Now, this your mama. Man, when I had money, all my homeboys, they was always coming around. Now I'm kind of, I done fell off. I don't hear from them no more. My children only call me. My children grown now. My son and my daughter, they don't never call to check on me. See? Because, sad but true, a lot of people only deal with you based on what you can do for them. You only got a handful of people. You only got a couple of people, a small amount of people that truly, really give a bleep about you. That's just the harsh truth. That's only a very small amount that truly, truly care about you. So you have to learn that early on. And once you learn that, you have to seek the ones that do care about you and gravitate towards them, because you rather have a small circle of real ones than a big giant group of people who you don't know what their intentions are for you. Man, I showed up 90 deep. Yeah, but out there 90, see, that's what it is. You know, out there 90, you all these people behind you on the stage, you don't know what the mindsets are of all of those 90 on the stage with you. Some of them secretly envious of you because you out front. Some of them just using your shine and your clout to try to get clout off of you. They just want to be seen on stage. They trying to get some shine of their own. Don't really care about you. Some of them just groupies. See? Some of them secretly don't even really like you. Some of them don't even like you. People hanging around you, all traveling all around the world, they don't even like you. See? I remember the picture they showed of the guy who shot young Dolph. And I just can't, I remember that picture of Dolph on the stage and the dude was behind him. And just the look in the picture, don't get me wrong, I've seen a lot of pictures where people will create a meme. It may be somebody at the front of the picture, they just smiling and happy, and then there's somebody in the background, and they way in the back looking at them like, and they'll have a picture like, there's always one that's hating, it's always, but the truth of the matter is, I don't put a lot of stock into a picture that just a flash of a moment, because you never know if that's what that person's intention was. That person might have just haven't been looking like that when they turned around. Somebody might have said something to that person that made them feel like that, and then he just happened to turn around and look at his boy and look at it. So a picture don't always tell a story. And the reason why a picture don't always tell a story is because it could be people in a picture with you that's smiling and laughing with you, hugging you, in full laughter on the picture with you, standing behind you clapping. And that could be the one. That could be the one that's wishing for your downfall. That could be the one. So the outward appearance don't always tell the story. Don't always tell the story. What's up, Brownie? So when we see those little memes and all that, use that to extract a principle of like, yeah, that could be the case, but it ain't always the case. When you look at people, when you look at drug lords, mafia bosses, kingpins, people like that, dope dealers, whatever. Who normally is the person that's responsible for taking them down? Who is it? Who is it? Let y'all answer that question. Who's normally responsible for bringing the big man down, the big one down? Y'all taking too long. Mr. Urban World hit it. The right-hand man or a woman, the person closest to him, somebody in the circle. It's somebody in the circle that's usually the one. So if we talk about criminal activity, when it get hot and the FBI come in, the police come in, they start going after the people around the person that they really want. They start coming for you. You the partner, you the homeboy, you one ride with, he come pick you up every day. They go after you. And it's usually that person's testimony that ends up bringing down the big person. Now, this is the same person that was popping bottles with you. Same person, y'all were laughing and joking and pulling up in the matching cars. And so it ain't all about the one that's mean mugging you. You gotta watch him. Nah, you gotta watch all of them. Gotta watch everybody. See? So when you, and I'm not endorsing selling drugs, don't get me wrong. I use that as an example. But when you have put in all that time to work on something, man, time is the one thing you can't get back. I just talked about how people have got money, lost money, got money, lost money, got it back. You can do that. But you can only do it where you get it back, lose it, get it back, lose it. The only way they were able to do that is because they had the time. They were given the time to do it. It ain't about the skill to do it. It's not about having the resources to do it, because you can have the skill to come up. You can have the resources to come up. You can have the connections to come up. But if you get hit by a bus tomorrow and you dead, you didn't have the time. So you have to value the time, and whatever time you blessed to have, then you put yourself in a mind frame to make the most out of the time. We're going to grind. We're going to get it in. And not disrespect time. And we'll say, well, how do you disrespect time, man? What do you mean? How do you disrespect time? You disrespect time by having something that you know you need to do, and then you say, oh, I'll do it later. I'll get to that later. I'll do that later. You disrespecting time. If it's something that you really know you need to do, or if it's something that you claim you want to do, you trying to come up, but you lazy. That don't go hand in hand. Like I say, unless you luck up and hit on a scratch off or something, that's it. Lazy and wanting to come up, Those are not even in the same universes. And that's what people mess up. See, because people talk, man, when I want to do this, I'm trying to do that. I'm working on this. I'm looking towards it, but you ain't making no movement. You're not moving. You're not making no progress. But what a lot of times what we do make is excuses. Make excuses. Excuses are like the most convenient cop out that we as people make, because it's easy to blame somebody for your failures. It's easy to always say, why? Man, well, see, I couldn't. Instead of just whatever the problem is, fixing the problem. Because who's responsible for your success? Who's responsible for it? Is it my job to be responsible for you succeeding in life? Is it your next door neighbor's job? Whose job is it to be responsible for you succeeding in life? It's your job. But the reality is it's always people who can play a role in what you're doing. Because that's what people say, well, man, they blocked me out, man. They blackballed me, or no, see, they got their little clique. They ain't want to just see, nah. Man, look, man. If God is with me, who can be against me? We just talk a lot. Well, see, I was gonna do it, but see, she didn't give me the man. Look, man, find some other way to do it. Then quit crying about what other people, because we the same people that talk about, well, God gonna bless me, God got me, but you have more faith in the power of what other people can do to block you than you do in the Creator to help you. Them blocking you might have protected you from something. Come on, fambo. If you don't grind, you don't eat. Scholar says you got to remove those atoms. You got to move those atoms. See? We be our own worst enemy. But the sad part is, again, that sometimes we are people who do the work. You fought your way up. You grinded the right way. You got it from the mud, as they say. Right? And one false move, you beat up somebody in a bar. You slap your wife. You want to stay. You want to prove that you still got love for your partners in the hood. So you give him some money so he can get some dope, so he can front him some dope, instead of giving him a job working with you. Whatever you was gonna make, moving that dope, moving that key, come work with me. I'll find you something to do, and I'll pay you that amount. Because soon as he gets caught, he's gonna connect your name to it. Well, how'd you get the money, huh? See what y'all talking about, man. Cause y'all, boy, y'all be on some. Y'all be on one. Y'all be on one. Y'all on here talking about macaroni and cheese recipes and how to hang drapes in your living room. I just glanced at the comments. I'm like, what the heck is y'all talking about? Kevin Hart had a snake in his camp. What happened to Kevin Hart? What happened? What happened? We stand on topic. I'm not answering no outside questions. I only do that on open topics, y'all. So if you see open topic, that means it's open. But if you see a title on one of these lives, y'all, maybe just to the new people, then we stand on topic. You got to ask me something on topic. I'm not answering no question about rappers, and not tonight. Not tonight. And then why would you work so hard for something and not protect it? See, because we all know the rule. If you have a entitled child, just say you got a spoiled, entitled brat of a child, not your child per se, just a child in general, where everything's been handed to that child. They never had to struggle, never had to go through any hardships, don't know what it's like to not eat, don't know what it's like to be like this, no lights. They don't know what that's like. So anything that they get, the appreciation may or may not be there, because it's like, I can get that whenever. My mama got me, my daddy always died. But they don't appreciate a dollar. But if you are a person who had to break your back to get everything that you had, then your appreciation for $5 is a lot greater than somebody else's appreciation for it. Can y'all relate to that? When you had to work 12 hours, a 12-hour shift, you appreciate the money. You're a little more cognizant. You're a little more focused on where every dollar goes, because you understood how hard it was to generate it. Somebody didn't just come by and drop it off to you. Different type of ball game. And one of the easiest ways to just make somebody like really, really mad, really, really mad, is to show disrespect or to show ingratitude to someone who has worked hard. You ever seen these videos where a mother or parent might give a child a gift and the child's not happy with the gift? It ain't the exact thing they wanted. So they looking and, this ain't the one I asked for. This ain't the one. They throw it against the wall, and I don't know what generation they come from. But there are parents who allow that behavior too. They allow that. That's what created that monster. Somebody created that monster. Because the right parent will strangle one of them children if I done worked hard. I'm working on a construction site in the heat every day, and then I bring you home this bike and you tell me this ain't the bike you wanted. Then you won't get no bike. See? You have to understand the value of $1 to appreciate $1,000,000. Yeah, because when you get to the million, you never want to go back to where you were in that struggle pit when you was trying to scrape up them ones and twos and tens. That's the reward. You looking like, I ain't never going back to that. I'm struggling. I'm around here pillar to post. And see, you don't want to go back to that. So when you get out of that condition, you like, I ain't never, no, I ain't going back to that. Because folks act funny when you stay with them. Folks treat you different when you got to borrow some money sometime. They look at you like, oh, man. Here, man, well, you need to get your life together, man. Here, man. They treat you different. They talk to you different. Different ball game. And if you got any type of just pride as a man or a woman, you like, oh no, this ain't me. I'm not gonna be this forever. I'm not gonna be this forever. You ain't trying to go back. So now you turn into that person who you don't really hardly go nowhere. Nah, where y'all gonna go? Nah, I'll catch y'all later. Nah. They still hanging out at them old crazy places. You turn into that person that's like, nah, man, I'm going. If I do go, I leave early. Y'all going to the happy hour? Nah. I'm gonna minimize every possibility. Come on, man. All right, man. Let me wind down with y'all. Hard times make strong men. Strong men make easy times. Easy times make soft men. Soft men make hard. So it's just a circle. It's just a cycle. But it's a thin line, because here's the tough part. Because that's a good comment that you made, Adam. When you do scratch and scrape and get it from the mud, and you've had a hard life or just had a hard road to get to where you're trying to get, what happens is now you have children, and you don't want your children to have to struggle or go through it like you go through it. So sometimes parents will overcompensate and they'll spoil the children, like, because I'm gonna give them everything I didn't have. I'm gonna make sure, but it got to be a balance. You got to raise them to appreciate, hey, look, you was born into nice house, refrigerator full of food, toys and tablets and computers and phones, and you was born to having a nice clothes, the latest tennis shoes and all that. You was born having that, but your daddy wasn't. So yeah, your life by default is gonna be easier than mine, but that don't mean you don't instill working values into them, because you're gonna create a little demon baby out here that's gonna kill you in your sleep because they asked you, because you finally said no after saying yeah 8,000 times straight, and you told them, well, no, you can't go to the party tonight, Lisa. And she throws a tantrum and then comes and sets you and your wife's bed on fire. So you got to create a balance to where they understand, and then do the best you can. Don't blow it, man. I'm not sure, Mitchie. I'm not sure if you can donate in Bitcoin. Not sure. All right, man. Y'all drop y'all location, man. Not because I'm finna come to your house and start no drama with you, because I wanted to give y'all shout outs. I'm finna let y'all make it tonight. I came on late. I got on here a little bit later than I wanted to. Yeah. Everybody want a handout, but don't nobody want to work for it. I'll say it like this. Everybody claims to want to be successful. I don't think it's one person you could ask if they want to be successful that would say no. Everybody claims for the most part, yeah, man, I want to be, yeah, I want to be successful. I want to be successful. But when it's time to do the things and be successful, what I got to do that? But the people who become successful, when you become successful, you have to protect your success. Don't let one little situation, don't get caught up in what people say about you, man. You cannot defeat a comment section. You would never defeat a comment section that's going in on you. So you got these cats all in the comments trying to argue back with people who roasting them and going in. Come on, man. You sticking your nose in slop. Let me get these shout outs real quick, man. Mitchie is in Quebec, Canada. Instinct Hip Hop in Cape Town, South Africa. Fambo out there in the O. Fambo is in the O, man. Oakland, California. Okay, say, but I live in Abilene. Okay, cool. I know the homie Phantom Faces in Columbus. What's up, Erica? Lumberton in the building. Shake is in H-Town, North Side. What's up, Shake? Out down the North Side, man. KSUE, Temple, Texas. My brother Brandon is in Wisconsin. Where am I at? Okay. Amanarchy out there, South Central Ontario, Simcoe County. Already, man. We're giving away socks and blankets tomorrow, man. If you're free, come out, man. We're giving away socks and blankets to the less fortunate or anybody in Houston. If anybody in Houston want to come out, man, and donate some socks, blankets, or just either or, you can bring one pack of socks, man. That's the address already. If you're free, man, you know it's ARC representing. Matt Greers of Stephenville, Texas. Bubba Seeds out there in Orange, out there in that that triangle. Mrs. C. I have been traumatized that if I become successful to any degree, I also become a target. Well, yeah, you know, that's a good point because yeah, if you on a stage performing, if it's 10 of y'all in a group, you can get lost in that group. But if the spotlight shines directly on you, then all eyes and attention will come to you naturally because you are being highlighted in that spotlight. So a person that becomes successful, that exposure might kick in. You know, people, you're on TV, on the radio. Even if you're not, you may become successful just in your business, in the business world, but the spotlight hits you because your friends see it, your family sees it. They see your lifestyle changing. You move to a better house. You got a nicer car. So to a degree, you do become a target, but it's more so a target of just the attention being placed on you, and the target being that now you may have to deal with people always asking you for something. I don't want to ask you, but you know they getting ready to kick me out of my apartment. You know, all the time now. You the go-to person that people are asking for. So yeah, you do become a target, but you have to develop the fortitude to be able to handle people in a way that they respect you. And everybody's not going to like it, because part of becoming successful, just from my opinion, part of becoming successful is the blessing of being able to help your people. You know, that would be part of my motivation. Like, you know, if somebody says, "Hey man, if you had $1 billion tomorrow, what would you do?" People are gonna say, "Well, man, I'm gonna get me a house. I'm gonna buy my mama a house. People gonna say the typical things. People will even say, "Well, no, man, honestly, I'm gonna buy a bunch of land, and I'm gonna buy land so I can grow food, or I'm gonna go buy a bunch of houses and develop a affordable housing community." And that's cool. That's helping people, but not many people say, "Well, man, I'm gonna try to build a hospital. Man, I'm gonna try to set up programs in the neighborhood to for the less fortunate inner city youth, and I'm gonna try to do something, build some homeless shelters." And part of your motivation should be for success should be what you're gonna do for other people. That should be your main motivation, because you've been blessed beyond your imagination. So human nature is gonna make you think about the things you're gonna do for self, but things that you do for yourself are more, they have a limit on it when you talk about material, right? Once you buy yourself the house, you're not gonna go at next week and buy another house. Once you get, if you're that type of person, once you get 2 or 3 nice cars, not gonna go buy a car every day. See? But next week, next month, next year, you could still be feeding the homeless. You could still be contributing charitable donations to legitimate causes. You could still be active in it. That's ongoing. That's perpetual. So the main thought when you become successful should always be based around figuring out what you're going to do for other people. And the secret to let y'all in on, that type of work is what is going to sustain your success. God blesses the charitable. When you selfish, I got mine, you get hey dude, it ain't my responsibility, But when you say becoming a target, I understand. You just have to know when to cut people off. Because some people have come to the well forever. You got to know. You got to tell people, hey man, look, here you go, man. I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna help you out this time, man. Like if you know people, you know how your cousin is. You know what your cousin, you know how your cousin, certain cousin gonna be if you hit the lottery tomorrow. You know how he gonna be. He gonna be every week. He gonna be calling you trying to get something. Hey, I'm gonna bless your game, bro. One time, that's it. Because the objective should be to set people up to do for themselves. I'm not gonna put you in a position where you come to me. Now I've become your go-to. Yeah, I'm your go-to every time. No, I'll set you up to go for self. I'll sit down with you and say, hey, man, well, what you want to do? If I got $1 billion, me, I got $1 billion, I'm looking out for all my homies, all my family, all my people, but I'm gonna do it with it's gonna make sense. If y'all know what I'm saying, it's gonna be like, hey man, well, what you want to do, man? I don't care if you say, man, I always wanted to open up my own washateria. We say washateria in the South. Y'all may say laundromat. Okay, well, hey, man, let me set you up for that. Boom. It can't be, man, I always wanted a Lamborghini. Nah. You're missing the whole objective, man. You're missing the whole objective. See? Come on, man. Want to say, KO? My wife's birthday is tomorrow. If we can set things up a little. Yeah, no, you tell me. You tell me what time. You tell me what time. We normally do about 8. Is that too late? I mean, is that too early? Yeah, slide through already. We're giving away socks and blankets. 12 to 4 p.m. That's the address. I just put it down there, y'all. Phantom Face said, that's why I moved out the hood. And see, I'm going to tell you this. See, we can't always judge people when they get successful and move out the hood. Because the reason why might not be what you think. It's like some people move out there, oh man, he a sellout. He done came up and now he don't love his people no more and he moved out. No, it's not. Now some people are like that. But you're not a sellout to me if you move out the hood when you gain some success. That's not what a sellout. A sellout to me is you get some success, move out the hood, and then you never come back and do nothing for the hood. Because hey, I understand you might, hey, look, man, what you are worth $20 million, and why would you live in the same projects? Come back and buy them, fix them up, clean them up. But to Phantom Face's point, and he can correct me if I'm wrong, I'm just making an assumption. See, there's a well-known rapper. I'm not gonna say his name, that I'm cool with. And I asked him, I was at his house, and I asked him, I said, man, why'd you move way out here? You know? And he said, man, I didn't move out the hood because I ain't got love for the hood. This is what he told me. He said, I moved out the hood to get far away from my family, because he wanted to move so far out to where family members couldn't always be popping up at his house, asking for stuff. And I had never thought, I was like, I guess I depending on who your family is, I guess I understand. Because you right there. So I get it. But selling out is you never come and do nothing. We don't even see you no more in the hood. It's like, nah, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Cartier Dub says the attention isn't difficult to handle if you're not alone, though. Meaning what? Meaning like if you got a support system around you? Is that what you're saying? Yeah. I'm still shouting y'all out, man. The bow-legged brother. There'll never be another. I bought a mansion for my mother. You say, I loved when you and Zero performed The Game Goes On. We never performed. We performed that. When? All right. The bow-legged brother. All right, y'all. Trying to see if y'all drop one more jewel. You know who I'm talking about, Mr. Urban World? Don't tell nobody. Just in case you got it right, don't tell nobody. Big Tiny, what's going on? All right, man. Blessings to y'all, man. I'll catch y'all later on. Peace.